Welcome back. As we mentioned, the state of Oregon is taking on the Trump administration in the legal battle over the deployment of National Guard troops to Portland. For now, the deployment of any National Guard troops to Portland has been temporarily blocked by a federal judge. Joining me now is Oregon's Attorney General Dan Rayfield. Thank you so much for being here, Attorney General Rayfield. So what's next in this legal fight, and what kind of steps are you planning for?
Yeah, what we really wanted to do was be in court immediately, less than 12 hours from knowing that the president was trying to federalize our Oregon National Guard, to tell a judge, a neutral arbiter, that, hey, you don't have the prerequisites, the facts to federalize the National Guard, to put the U.S. military on our streets. And so we were successful. We've been successful in two very early orders with the judge. And now the federal government is trying to appeal to the Ninth Circuit to pause the lower court's orders. And so that's kind of where we are right now. We're trying to draw a real fine line in the sand and show in America that we don't put the military on our streets unless it's extreme circumstances like an invasion or rebellion. And those things, they just don't exist right now in Oregon.
And this is, of course, moving through the courts. How soon do you expect to get a ruling from the appellate court?
Yeah, and this is just an order or a ruling that would pause the lower court's order. And that could happen as soon as today if that were to come forward. Again, we're optimistic that that won't happen, given the sufficiency of the hearings and the nature of the order that was issued twice now. We've had two over the past couple of days.
It sounds like, of course, you're liking, of course, the rulings that you've gotten so far. But I wonder, how concerned are you that you could win in the lower courts and then lose at the Supreme Court?
You know, here in Oregon, and frankly in the United States, we know that putting the U.S. military on our streets is not normal. And it's not normal for a reason. And that's because Congress said you can only do that, Mr. President, under a certain set of circumstances, an invasion or rebellion, or you can't execute the laws of the United States. We had a judge in Oregon that was appointed by President Donald Trump that ruled in our favor. I don't think it matters whether you're a conservative judge or a liberal judge, right? When you put that robe on, you try and get rid of those things and rule just on the merits of the decision. And I think the judge did a wonderful job. I would expect the same ruling at the lower court, at the Ninth Circuit, and at the Supreme Court.
Well, thank you so much, Attorney General Rayfield. And we're going to have to, unfortunately, pause here because we have to go to the president. He's taking questions in the Oval Office. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.